Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews has confirmed the death of a second person as fires rage through East Gippsland. Police believe the man suffered a medical episode while fighting the fires. Family members found the man's body on Wednesday at a property in Mariningo Creek near Genoa.
There are 17 people that remain missing. We can't account for their whereabouts. We hold grave concerns about their safety. A second person has been confirmed as deceased, but we can't provide the name of that person. I think there's still some family members that need to be talked to. That's a process that I think everybody would support. This is going to be a very, very significant fight for all of us over the course of the weekend.
Meanwhile, a state of disaster has been declared for 6 local government areas in Victoria. Tens of thousands of people have been told to flee because of the unprecedented risk. Conditions are expected to worsen drastically, caused by extreme low levels of humidity.
This declaration is the first time these powers have been used because we face unprecedented risk to life and property in coming days. With so much fire in the landscape, with such a large fire edge, with hot weather, windy weather and unprecedented dryness.
A Navy ship will begin evacuating the Victorian town of Malakuta at first light after residents and tourists became trapped by the East Gippsland bushfires. Thousands remain stranded in isolated areas across the state, with authorities warning people to get out before conditions worsen on the weekend.
After spending 2 days sheltering on the beach from incoming bushfires, relief for the thousands stranded in Malakuta. HMAS Jules, a naval humanitarian vessel anchored 1.5 kilometres from the shore, bringing much-needed food and water, as well as the opportunity for rescue.
Some people will want to go, some people will be happy to stay. The key point here is it's got to be done with absolute precision, with an eye to safety.
Malakuta is just one of 24 towns isolated by fires in Victoria. 17 remain missing with grave concerns for their safety. Smoke is blanketing the area, hampering efforts to evacuate people via air and to detect and fight new fires from above.
You can only describe it as we've just survived like the worst car crash and we're being asked to recover next to the vehicle.
Pretty tough, but it's been I guess a roller coaster of emotions, and it goes up and down, and sometimes they just drop. But there's all these people picking you up in town. That's what Malakuta does.
Dozens of structures have already been destroyed, the number growing by the hour as authorities assess the damage. Firefighters have been utilising mild conditions to get on top of the existing blazes as dry lightning continues to spark new fires in the Alpine region. Saturday is forecast to be dangerous. It's feared existing fires could flare up and merge, leaving additional communities isolated and fending off the flames. The advice: leave now before it's too late.
We have a small window of opportunity. It's a window of opportunity for people in those areas to leave now. In the Alpine area, where we've got tourists and visitors and people residing, we don't want those people to become isolated like some of the communities that we have down in East Gippsland.
A race against the clock to prepare for the worst. From the State Control Centre, Patrick Murrell, Sky News.
The communities around Sarsfield and Bruthen are some of the hardest hit areas in the East Gippsland bushfires. For the first time, cameras have been allowed into the fire zone.
Rows of family homes turned to rubble. What was once an alpine oasis, now a charred and desolate reminder of the ferocious fire which ripped through just days ago. This is Dirty Hollow on the outskirts of Bruthen.
That fire chased us. Literally chased us down that road.
A trained firefighter, Craig Calvert, stayed to defend 2 homes on his 169-year-old family property.
Very intense and quick. It was probably travelling at some stages there nearly 20 to 40 kilometres an hour.
Battling blazes for 13 hours as they came frighteningly close. Their place was hit from 5 sides.
You think if you didn't stay, you wouldn't have been able to protect your home?
Oh, no, everything would be gone. They'd be gone. But I don't suggest staying if you don't know what you're doing and you're not prepared. I've got a lot of training.
Like many isolated communities, they lost power, water and are still struggling with limited phone service. The 6th-generation dairy farmer must milk his cows twice daily, but is struggling to get it picked up. These communities have already lost so much, and now there's fears that some are capitalising on their misfortune. Rumours that incidents of looting have occurred amongst the rubble of these burnt-out homes. The danger here not over yet. Residents working to move livestock before conditions intensify on Saturday.
Just heading into Bairnsdale just to offload our last bit of stock.
Andrea Crothers, Sky News in Dirty Hollow.